It's day 16 of our 30 days of yoga with Jesslyn, and I am so excited that you're still with me. You're doing awesome. Today we're going to work on some heart opening and back bends, so let's get started. All right, inhaling up. Exhale, twist looking over your left shoulder, arms stay at shoulder height. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, palms or fists to the small of your back. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the heart. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Slowly coming down, letting yourself hang. Taking 2 deep breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly roll your spine up. Inhaling your arms all the way up. Palms to center. Inhaling up. We'll do it one more time. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Twist the other way. Inhale up. Palms or fists, small of your back. Inhale, chest lifts. Heart open. Exhale, release. Inhaling up. Swan dive down. Good, hanging here. Using the breath to let you melt deeper into the pose. If you can now, if you're able to touch your toes, I'd like you to grab onto your big toes with your index and middle finger. And just inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward slightly. Good. One more deep breath here. If you're not able to touch your toes, just stay hanging. And release. Good. Inhale, let's do flat back. Exhale, let's step it back now into our plank pose. Lowering down in our 8-point, all the way down. Staying on the ground, we're going to come up into Sphinx pose, placing our elbows up underneath our shoulders, palms flat on the ground, fingers spread nice and even. You're going to pull your hands back. It's almost like you're pulling your elbows and your abdomen towards each other. Just enough so that you feel a gentle stretch in your abdomen, a nice back bend, slowly opens up. Good. Let's hold it for another breath. Deep breath. Release. Let's take it one step further now. Bringing your palms on either side, we're going to come up into Cobra. So again, just using your back muscles and not using your hands to push. I just want you to inhale, lift the chest, roll your shoulders back, down, away from your ears. And again, if you let go, you should be able to stay in the same pose. Your legs are relaxed. And release down. Pushing yourself back up into heart opening pose. So making sure that our hips are directly over top of our knees. We're going to walk our hands out slightly and slowly lower down. Bring our chin or our chest towards the floor. Forehead if it needs to. Using your block or towel, pillow, whatever you might have handy. Good, some nice deep breaths here. One more breath. And slowly coming up, placing your hands back. Just ahead of your shoulders, we're going to come up into a downward facing dog and just stretch it all out. Good. Walk your dog slightly. Straightening one leg and then the other. Coming back down onto our knees. We're going to come up, sitting on our heels. We're going to place our hands behind our back. Inhale, lift the chest. Good. Keep lifting that chest. Deep breath and release. Now let's come all the way up onto our knees, and we're slowly going to come down. Bring our forehead to the floor, arms coming back. Inhale, coming back up. Engage the abdominals, slight back bend. Exhale, hinge from your hips, coming all the way down, forehead down, arms up and away. Good, inhaling up. Slight back bend. Good, forehead down, bum towards the heels. And last one, inhaling up. Exhale, coming to sit back, your heel on, or your bum onto your heels. Good. Now what we'll do is we'll go into our camel pose. Just a modified one. We won't go deep into it because we're still warming up a little bit. So just placing your feet flat on the floor, placing your hands either finger pointing down or fists, whatever's comfortable for you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, let's just keep our hands on our hips. And breathe deeply. Inhaling up again. Exhale, release. Good. Let's come down into our table pose. Let's thread the needle to open up our shoulders a little bit. Take the right palm, slide it all the way underneath, placing your cheek or the side of your ear onto the mat. And you can hold it here. You can grab the bottom hand with the top hand and pull that bottom arm out and really feel a stretch in your upper back. Going a little bit deeper, making sure there's no strain on your neck. Lifting your arm all the way up. And release down. We'll do that on the other side now. Coming up. Placing the left hand through. Coming down onto the right cheek, right ear, holding it here, or grasping, or opening, wherever you feel you are today. One more breath, releasing it down. Good, coming up into our table pose here. Let's just do a couple of cat-cows, stretching. Inhale, the chest comes forward. Exhale. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And back to neutral. Let's come to laying back on our mats again. Going into keeping our hands at the side of our chest. We're going to come into our up dog. We're going to first start with just our knees down, coming into our up dog as high as you can, and then if you want to take it a step further, we'll do it twice, and you can go into the full version. So inhale, roll the shoulders up and away, using your hands to push. Your chest lifts. Your lower body is relaxed. And releasing it down. Good. Now we can do that one more time, just that the same way that it was that we just did it, or we can lift our knees, lift our thighs, and just have our toes on the ground. All right. So inhaling up, and you can lift it all, just the tops of our feet. Lifting that chest, really letting it open. And releasing back down. Let's push back up into our table and come into our child's pose. Arms stretched out in front, forehead to the mat, bum to the heels. Nice deep breath, giving our massage to our back, to our ribs. Good, slowly on the inhale coming up. Now we'll go up into our camel again and maybe go a little bit deeper this time. So if you need to have your blocks handy on either side, you can go ahead and do that. So placing your palms or fists on the small of your back, inhale up. Exhale, lift and start to tilt back, trying to look towards the back of the room. And if you want to go one step further, you can reach for your heels. If you want to flex your feet, reaching. And even the last step, coming all the way down and then reaching for your heels, keeping those hips forward, adjusting your thighs and your knee distance as you need to. But again, only come to this pose if you're very comfortable with the others. Inhale, bringing your hands back. Start to slowly bring your neck forward, engage your core, coming all the way up. Excellent. Let's come to laying now on our backs on the mat. All right, so from here we're going to bend our knees up so that our heels are close to our bum. We're going to come up into our bridge pose. So our back is warmed up now and we want to be slowly starting to come up. So again, we're going to do this in stages. And we're going to come to the final pose wheel only if you're feeling like you're absolutely ready for it. Please do not do this if you don't feel ready for it. So we'll start off by just coming up into a light, low bridge. Inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, tuck your chin in, and just hold it here, feeling a nice long line from your knees to your shoulders, keeping your knees in. We don't want them spreading out. We don't want them in touching either. We want them hip distance apart. And release vertebra by vertebra all the way down. Good. Let's do a pelvic tilt. Really accentuating the curve in your spine, down and away, and then tilting back up. Now this time we're going to take it one step further if you're ready. We're going to slowly inhale coming up. And you can again just hold it here if you like, or start to bring your shoulders up underneath and clasp your hands. Tuck that chin in and really start to round into the upper spine as well. Breathing deep. Heart opening poses and back bends like this make you feel very vulnerable, very open. Some people have a lot of difficulty because of that. So the more you practice them, obviously the better you get and the less vulnerable you feel. Slowly unclasp your hands, coming all the way down. Now, like I said, we can come up into that pose again and hold it. If you'd like to come up into that pose, and instead of going all the way up into wheel, you can actually do a leg lift, hold it for a breath, release, and then another leg lift, hold it for a breath, and that can be enough for you. Or you can come all the way up into the final wheel pose. It's a more intermediate or advanced move, so again, only if you've done it before or that you're feeling very comfortable should you go up and do this one. If not, just stay in the pose that we were just practicing. So inhale coming up, tucking your shoulders up underneath. And as I said, you can just bring it here and begin to lift one leg. You can lift it all the way up straight if you'd like, or you can just have it out nice and in line with your spine and hip, releasing it and doing the other side. Now, if you want a little bit more of a challenge and you want to come up into wheel, you're going to place your hands on either side of your ears. You're going to make sure your fingers are spread, your heels are or your heels are firmly placed into the mat. You're going to come up just onto the top of your head first. Hold it there, then inhale and finish off on the pose. So you come up, gently resting on your head, and then pushing all the way into the final wheel pose. Let's take a few deep breaths here. And then slowly lowering it back down to the crown of your head. And then all the way back down. All right, let's bring our knees into our chest. Give them a nice hug. They deserve it after those back bends. The heart opening poses. A good way to counterbalance our back bends will be to come to sitting on our mat, and we're going to come and do a forward fold. So pull the flesh away. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, coming forward. And again, if you can reach for your toes, you go right ahead. Trying to keep the spine long, the chest lifts. Trying to bring your belly down towards your thighs. It's more important than trying to bring your forehead down to your shins. So again, as you breathe and as you hold the pose, you should be able to come deeper and deeper into it. You might need just a slight bend in your knee so that you're not putting any strain on the back of your knee. And once you're starting to melt into the pose, then you can let your head release. And breathe deeply. Inhale, coming up. Let's do a final twist before we go down into our corpse pose. Taking our left leg over top of our right. And you can just leave it just like this. Taking the right arm across left. Left arm goes behind. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, twist. Gently look behind. Breathing deeply. Release, switching legs, bringing the right leg over top of the left leg. Left arm wraps around the right leg, right arm goes behind. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, look behind. Inhale, coming back to center, and let's roll down, coming to our corpse pose, making sure we've got our blankets, our pillows, sweaters, socks, whatever you need. Breathing deeply, resting and relaxing. Thought for today is that life is not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Have a beautiful and balanced Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.